Hey Sam, just start out, kind of been like a whirlwind month or so for you. You were in Portland, you were in Seattle, then you were in Mexico, then you were in Louisville, now you're back here. What has that last month been like for you, not only with the Thorns, but then also your time with the national team?
Yeah, I think whirlwind is a really good word to describe it. It was obviously amazing being with the full team at camp, and I learned a ton that I now want to bring back to this environment. But it has just been overwhelming in the best way. Obviously, yeah, I was at the camps in Utah and Colorado, and then was back here, and then got called back in. So it's been difficult to find a time zone to actually sleep in. So that's been a one difficult piece. But I think the biggest thing for me has just been pacing myself, and even after having the week break, and now looking forward to what is going to be a really big August, and obviously last part of the season here. It's just really taking things a day at a time, pacing myself, not getting ahead of myself. Obviously I've got really big personal ambitions, and also more importantly goals for the team, and that can feel really big sometimes. So I think just taking things a day at a time and not letting myself get too far ahead of the task at hand has been really important. But it's been super exciting, and I feel really honored to have been with the full team, and just want to continue to grow in this environment now.
Nice. All right, we'll go to Taylor. She's got a few questions for you.
Cool.
Yes, thanks for speaking with me and whoever maybe potentially hopped on after me today. So can you talk a little bit about getting that call from Blackco for rejoining the team in CONCACAF?
Yeah, so like Katie alluded to, we were in Seattle. It was the night before our game against the Reign. So obviously emotions are already high when it's a Thorns Reign game. And I was just at dinner with the team, and some of the players had left already. A bunch of us were just kind of hanging back and talking and sitting around the table, and I looked down at my phone and saw his name pop up, and he's not someone that calls me all the time, so it definitely was a call I knew I needed to pick up. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And so I obviously answered, and he was asking me if I was watching. I think San Diego, LA were playing at the time. I'm like, is this the reason you're calling me? Just ask if I'm watching this game. And obviously he ended up inviting me back to join the team, and said that there was an opportunity to bring one more player in, and that they'd like me to come and join them. And obviously there wasn't any hesitation in my mind. I would drop everything and go and join them. And I'm so grateful for the Thorn staff here being so supportive of me doing that too. But regulating my emotions and obviously focusing just on what was going to happen the next day, which was our game against OL, was definitely a challenge, because so much was going on. I had to pretty much play the game, come back to Portland that night. We got back around 11, and then I'd be on the next flight to Monterey in the morning. So I left around 11 a.m. Monday morning. So it was just chaos. So kind of how I answered Katie's last question, I just had to really try and stay in the moment best I could, focus on each task at hand. I didn't want to look past the OL game, because that was the most important business at the time. And I would kind of look forward to camp after that was done. But that was definitely hard, because I was super excited to get there, rejoin the team. And yeah, it was just an honor to get called back in, and I hope I continue to have the opportunity to do so.
Awesome. And you're still a rookie, and it doesn't, in my mind, it's just I feel like I've been watching you for longer than a year, because you're there, and you've been phenomenal all season. What has it just been on your path? It's still your rookie year. Are things progressing as you thought they were? What are your thoughts on just how things have been?
Yeah, the year has definitely exceeded my expectations. I feel so fortunate to be not only a part of a club like the Thorns, and to learn from the staff, to be around the players that I'm around every day. And I attribute the success to that, and just being around excellence all the time. When you have the Beckys and the Klings and Sinky and Crystal and so many others that you get to play with every day, you gotta show up. So there's no off days. It has, again, been a whirlwind, and so exciting, and I, again, feel so fortunate to have had the opportunities that I've had. But yeah, I'm trying still not to get too far ahead of myself. it has been so amazing, and I'm so excited about how it's gone and so excited for what's to come. But right now, my focus is just Friday and us beating North Carolina and doing whatever it takes to do that. So just taking it a day at a time, and I just want to continue to grow and get better and be the best player I can be.
So, and then one last one. What is your favorite thing about living in Portland?
Ooh, good one. I'm a big outdoorsy girl, so I love in whatever free time we get, which this coming August won't be much, but I just love going like exploring new spots. So I'll drive out to the coast, I'll go find new trails, I'll kind of venture off into different parts of the state, like Mount Hood region. There's so much to do here and so much natural beauty to see, and so I try to do as much of that as I can in my free time.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions, and then you spring you loose. Obviously, an important win on the road against Louisville, reintegrating a lot of players, back in with the team. What was that experience like, and what has it been like this week, kind of getting everyone back together and shifting the focus now for the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think it was really interesting, again, first just being like a new player and never having experiencing like that dynamic within a team of people leaving, and I was kind of like a weird part of that, in that I was like with the team, not with the team, with the team, then not with the team again, and like it was so back and forth. And so it just takes time, and I think this week has been huge in just like getting us all back together again, because it was like internationals returned, we had like a training session, and then we were off and going to take care of business in Louisville. So it was again just kind of a lot of moving pieces at once, and I think this week has been great so far. And just kind of getting everybody back on the same page, reshifting everyone's focus from whatever it was, before in the international break, the week off, back to what we're doing here as the Thorns and focusing on what our team goals are. And so, yeah, it's definitely been a day-by-day process, but I think every day we're kind of all getting back on the same track and finding our rhythm again as a group, which is super exciting.
And then the last one for me, what things or lessons did you take away from that Louisville game? Obviously, a fast-paced game. Louisville plays very quick and transitionally, gritting out that win. What lessons did you take from that game that you're hoping you can take into the game on Friday in hopes of getting a result?
Yeah, I think we took a lot away from the Louisville game. I think the biggest takeaway for us, I mean, of course, there were so many factors that were at play for every team. Again, like players gone, travel, international break over, everybody just coming back from a week off. So like we kind of went in knowing it was going to be a little messy in some ways. I think the biggest takeaway we can have is that we still get the job done. Like we're not going to make excuses for ourselves. It was not our greatest performance, and we can certainly be better on the ball, better with our decision making, better in like just controlling the emotions of the game. I think we kind of like reflected a little bit too much of the way that Louisville plays. But I think it's a huge testament to the team that we still got those 3 points on the road. Rian kind of went into the game talking to us about how we've only won one game on the road, and that's just not up to our standard. And so the fact that we weren't just going to settle for the tie, we went there for 3 points and we left with them is a huge testament, I think, to just like the culture and the fabric of this team. And so we just want to continue to bring that like relentlessness and those standards into the game against North Carolina, and we're taking no prisoners. So we're really excited to play them on Friday, and we want another 3 points. We want to keep this streak going.